Let me give you a short primer on making rustic furniture like this piece I've got here. This was made completely from twigs and sticks that came off of trees around my house. This is such a cool way, a very relaxed way to make furniture. Part of what it's all about is good mortise and tenon joinery. It's very different from standard mortise and tenon you might do in conventional furniture. Really what we need to do is drill a hole in one piece, then make a perfectly round tenon that matches it on the other piece. That's what I want to show you, is how to make that perfect mortise and tenon. First step is drilling the hole. We want to make the female part of the joint first. The problem is drilling green wood can be really, really tough with conventional drill bits. The reason is that that soft green fibrous material gets all bound up in the bit and won't let it proceed down into the material. This is specifically a green wood boring bit. And it does an excellent job of getting the job done. Nice clean hole ready for our tenon. So that brings the question up, how are we going to make a perfectly round tenon in the end of the stick that goes into that piece? The answer is in these bell-shaped tenon cutters that I've got here. You can kind of think of this like a power pencil sharpener. I'm going to mount the correct size tenon cutter into this drill. Now the stick that I want to produce the tenon in, that's got to be held firmly in place. So I'm actually using this vise, which is designed for plumbing pipe. It does a great job of grabbing that stick. It's nice and firm. Now all I need to do is get my tenon cutter started on the end and push into this. Like I said, it's a lot like a pencil sharpener. Here we go. It's that easy. That tenon, once I've adjusted my cutter, is going to be a perfect fit to the hole that I drilled in the other piece. Now, a couple things about making this happen. Think about what happens as wood dries. It shrinks. So what I'd really like is for this piece with the tenon on it to be cut in a piece of wood that's already dry. So no more shrinking is going to happen. I'd like this piece with the mortise in it to be cut in a piece of wood that's still wet. That way, as this piece of wood dries, it will shrink and it'll further capture this tenon. It'll just keep getting tighter and tighter. If both pieces of wood are wet, or if only this piece of wood is wet and the other is dry, it's possible that the tenon will shrink away from the inside of the hole, and that's going to affect the strength. You won't have a very good piece of furniture. So material selection is part of it. Right tools for the job is part of it. These tenon cutters are very, very easy to use. A little bit of practice, you're going to have a blast making this rustic furniture.